So basically, when I started Pelli Chupulu, it was a very tough journey for me because earlier, before Pelli Chupulu, I had written another script called B-Tech. B-Tech was complete drama, and when I was writing B-Tech, the major mistake I put in every experience of mine and almost made it autobiographical. So, because the filmmaker first comes up with an idea that he or she is obsessed about, what they have conditioned to see and what has inspired them and everything. But you kind of start getting narcissistic with your writing, and that's what happened when it came down to B-Tech, and I had written a lot of very personal experiences in the film. So the mistake that I had made is I had attached a lot of emotion to that script, and it became like a child for me. It became like my dream venture. Somehow I decided that this is my dream film, and then I started taking that script and going to every production house in the city. I was so relentless and I was so ignorant of the fact that of the entire picture that the industry is about. So at the end of the day, I realized after 2 years or two and a half or 3 years that that script wasn't going anywhere. And I started cursing the industry. Then I started blaming everybody around me for not understanding cinema the way I understand cinema. And I felt that I am too advanced for this place and stuff like that. So a lot of filmmakers go through this, and I think that is the worst thing to do. So the advice I give, the first advice I give to a lot of aspiring filmmakers is to not invest so much emotion into your script after you've written it. It is only during the process of writing that you invest energies into your script. But after it is done, you will have to kind of kill your baby and look at it from a different standpoint, because at the end of the day, you're here to kind of cater to a lot of people. If your film has made money, it is worth making the film. I say that only because it is definitely a commercial business. I'm not devaluing the films that you are trying to make or whatever, but if you see films like Titi, if you see films like Gangs of Wasepur, they've all made money. They've all cut even, broke even, because they've made a film in a particular way, and they've also kind of marketed it in a particular way that has worked for them. And I feel that you should look at it in that standpoint as well. You cannot write an autobiography about your drama because not everybody will be interested about it. You will only learn it the hard way, the way I have learned it, because B-Tech was a very bad experience for me taking that script. Now I think it is, I'm planning to get back into that script and kind of change it and make it, but always make sure that you're judging your script from a very neutral perspective after you've written it. And you should not kind of stick on to it for long if it does not work. You have to be agile and extremely intelligent enough to move on to the next script. And that is a lot of that's a big mistake that a lot of filmmakers do. They attach themselves emotionally to one script, and if it does not go forward, they invest a lot of time into it, and that can be very, very devastating. So immediately after B-Tech, I realized that I have to look at the industry as from a very neutral perspective, and I needed to understand what kind of film to make in order to have a maximum audience for me. And I quickly realized that the middle class family is a big seller for our Indian films in terms of Three Idiots, in terms of a lot of films if you take as reference. If you can bring a middle class family into your theatre, and if you can make them watch a film, entertain them, point out a serious flaw in society or a serious flaw in the mindset of people, and have a debate. Do not side it, but have a debate about it. I think that is a beautiful way of making a film, a thought-provoking film and an entertaining film. And that was my starting point when I started to kind of write Pelli Chupulu. For me, I had already made a few short films before, Anukokunda, Sainma and all these other short films. The highest views were for Anukokunda, which had Ritu in it, and it was a rom-com. So I decided to make a rom-com as my first feature film, because it had worked in my short film thing as well. So That's how it started. When I was writing Pelli Chupulu also, by that point of time, the most important thing for any aspiring filmmaker is to kind of understand the dynamics of storytelling, to understand that there are certain structures, there are certain rules, there are certain guidelines. If you reverse engineer any successful film, there are certain points and guidelines which the film has followed, at least in terms of script writing. So do not think of the film script in terms of first half and second half. Instead, try to polish your script writing by learning good screenwriting through a lot of big leaders. You get a lot of articles online, you get a lot of free ebooks online. Make use of them, make use of Google, and learn script writing before you can venture into writing your script. I had taken the industry standard final draft to write my screenplay, which had helped me break it down as well. I used a software called Production Minds to break down the screenplay and also kind of understand production management, because the most essential thing about Pelli Chupulu after writing the script was to kind of make it within that particular budget. If that budget had exceeded dramatically, then the film would have failed dramatically. So that's what I always believe in. That's what I'm trying to take forward to. So all these little methods proved very effective for us, and I suggest to aspiring filmmakers to learn. First thing is to learn script writing, screenwriting according to the global industry format, like using final draft, understanding screenplay techniques, because they are universal. Don't ever assume that. I've met a lot of people in Film Nagar who sit down and say, "Mana industry ki evarku ardham kaadu." No, it's absolutely wrong. It's absolutely half knowledge to say that, because storytelling is universal, and there is a universal research about how to tell a story that has been devised by a lot of people, and I think it exists for any culture. It exists for any. These tools exist for any industry. I think we need to progress far more technically in terms of writing before we can even think of technically progressing in terms of production and post-production. So writing is key. So all aspiring filmmakers should hone their skills in writing first, and also use the latest technology. Use your research, use a universally accepted way of making film, because it will definitely help you in making a film culturally rooted to your industry, and chances are a lot of universal appeal will happen for that film, and definitely Pelli Chupulu is a standing example for it. I've learned a few techniques through making the film, and I am telling you this out of that one film experience. Please subscribe to Manamai Productions and also Southern Films. These guys have been doing really good work by encouraging a lot of film clubs. So please support them.